JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, man on bail for a gun-related offense arrested for robbery. One of the suspects in the June 18 robbery of a farm store in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, is now in police custody. Reports from the St. Elizabeth police say that about 9:57 a.m., men armed with handguns went to the store where they stole $950,000. The men also attempted to steal an SUV but were unsuccessful in their bid. Police say they then went to another location on the premises where they stole a motorcycle from an employee before fleeing the scene. An investigation into the matter led to the arrest of one of the suspects on Monday, July 4. The suspect, who will be charged for robbery with aggravation, was on bail for another gun-related charge, the police said. Suspects arrested following bloody weekend in Manchester. Head of the Manchester Police Division, Superintendent Lloyd Darby, says investigators are close to making breakthroughs into 2 or 3 murders which rocked the South Central Parish on Saturday, as suspects have been held. In the first incident, about 2 or 3 p.m., Ricardo Bennett, a 49-year-old fisherman of Old Harbour in St. Catherine, was standing outside a remittance outlet on Juicy Plaza in Mandeville when he was pounced upon by a gunman who opened fire, hitting him. Bennett was taken to hospital by security personnel, where he was pronounced dead. In the second incident, about 10 p.m., 15-year-old Vesteroy Sinclair was shot dead as he attempted to save his mother during a struggle with gunmen at his home in Turnotop District near the South Manchester-St. Elizabeth border. In the latest incident, shortly after 10 p.m. Sunday, Adrian Smichael, 35, a chef of Colleyville near Christiana, was shot dead at a wake in Artis when a gunman pounced after jumping over a concrete wall. In 2 of the incidents, we made arrests, and the investigations in all 3 are progressing nicely. We just want to ask you, the citizens, who might know something that can assist with these incidents or any of the incidents that have occurred in our parish, to participate in the process and give the information to the police, Darby told journalists on Monday in Roxborough. We have different methods by which you can do so. You can call 811-311 if you want to do it anonymously, he encouraged. When asked about the motives for each incident, Darby said the probes are at a delicate stage. I would not elaborate on the arrest, but sufficiently to say we are progressing with the investigations, and we hope to reach a conclusion in at least 2 of these matters in short order, he explained. However, he said the police are exploring the possibility that Bennett's murder is perhaps linked to lottery scamming. We are exploring that possibility based on where the incident took place. We know that people receive monies from these institutions that are engaged in scamming, and so that is one factor that we are exploring, but we have not reached any conclusion as yet, he said. We are relying on footage from Jamaica Eye to help us to identify the suspect in this matter, he added. I just want to offer condolences to the families of these victims and to reassure the citizens of Manchester, Jamaica and the diaspora that the police in Manchester is using all of its resources to do all it can to solve all of these murders, said Darby. Man killed during fuss of a bottle of water. An argument, reportedly about a bottle of water, has left 1 man dead and another in police custody. The incident occurred on Cemetery Road in St. Anne's Bay, St. Anne, just after 1 p.m. on Monday. According to sources, a man believed to be in his early 30s was on the job at the Santa Gloria restaurant when an argument developed between himself and a man who delivers food. It is alleged that the food delivery man stabbed the restaurant employee in his neck before fleeing the scene. He was later held by the police. Investigations are ongoing. Westmoreland wanted man charged with murder. A man who was on the police's wanted list and surrendered himself to lawmen on Sunday has been charged with murder. Theodore Reed, popularly known as Speckers, was featured on the police's Wanted Wednesday campaign on July 1. Reed, who hails from Antrim District in Whitton in Westmoreland, surrendered to the police accompanied by his attorney on July 3. He was subsequently charged with the murder of 23-year-old Darren Gale. According to a report from the Constabulary's Communications Unit, Gale, a window maker from the parish, was shot dead by an unknown assailant on the Whitton Main Road on Friday, June 24. Reports from the Whitton police saw that about 9:20 p.m. Gale was among a group of people at a wake when he was pounced upon by a lone gunman who opened fire, hitting him. The police were alerted. Gil was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The other persons escaped unhurt. Man held with illegal gun and ammo in Spanish Town. One man is in custody following the seizure of a gun and several rounds of ammunition at Railway Lane, Spanish Town in St. Catherine on Monday, July 4. Reports from the Spanish Town police are that about 8:45 p.m., a joint police-military team was on patrol in the area when they reportedly saw a group of men acting in a manner that arose their suspicion. The police-military team accosted the men and searched them. One of them was found with the Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol, fitted with a magazine containing 13 rounds of ammunition. He was arrested. However, his identity has been withheld pending further investigations. A grand waste of my time. Sykes adjourns proceedings, charging that this morning's sitting of the Wandong Gang trial was a grand waste of his time. Chief Justice Brian Sykes stormed out of the courtroom after abruptly adjourning the matter for the day. The judge had yesterday instructed the Crown to examine records from the Horizon Adult Remand Center and the Spanish Town Police Station, from which evidence is currently being adduced as part of the defense's case. The records concern the admission and dispatch details for 4 defendants who are seeking details to prove that they were in custody when the prosecution is alleging that they had participated in criminal activities with the alleged gang. However, this morning, while a witness from the correctional facility was given evidence, the court clerk retrieved the dispatcher's book to show the prosecution the information which he had spoken about. This did not sit well with the judge, who noted that his time was being wasted, as he had asked both parties to look at the data and to agree on what they could. "This is a grand waste of my time," said an obviously peeved Sykes. "This passing around as one is wasting time," he stressed. While questioning what other records are there to be examined, the judge reminded the prosecution that he told them to look at the documents. "Have all the records examined so we don't waste time in court," he warned before quickly adjourning the matter. The 4 defendants, Khalifa Williams, Pete Miller, Tyreek James and Donovan Richards, who are yet to close their cases, are among 28 defendants remaining in the trial. 5 were earlier freed. The trial will resume tomorrow. MP Robert Montague blasts banks for treatment of customers in St. Mary. Lawmaker Robert Montague used this morning's sitting of the Standing Finance Committee to launch an attack on the banking sector, arguing that its policy decisions are hurting St. Mary residents. Bank of Jamaica BOJ Governor Richard Bass and his team, which included Senior Deputy Governor Wayne Robinson and Deputy Governor Robert Stennett, along with Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark, faced the brunt of Montague's frustration after they indicated that sufficient legislation did not exist to regulate the sector. However, they indicated that a banking bill has been drafted to address this. The BOJ was before the committee to review its quarterly monetary policy reports. Montague told the committee that all the banks operating in rural St. Mary, where he serves as a Member of Parliament for St. Mary Western, have suddenly gone cashless without a thought for the people. Their customers, my voters, my constituents, and the people are now left with a situation where you can't get cash, you can't get banking service, the ATMs are not working, so who compensates? He questioned. Additionally, he told the committee that a system now exists where transactions are picked up by third-party institutions but are not credited to customers' accounts for months, resulting in banks charging customers for overdrafts. So where can this customer run to for protection? Montague stressed. He also said that there have been breaches of customer confidentiality and raised concerns about the possibility of third parties selling customer information. Biles said that a complaint could be made to the BOJ, which would then investigate the egregious action with the offending bank. However, Montague was not satisfied and demanded that specific answers be provided that he could relate to his constituents. Committee Chair Heroy Clark sought to close off on the matter, noting that the BOJ and the Finance Minister had taken account of what Montague reported and that the matter could further be ventilated at a meeting of the Human Resources Committee of Parliament because time was against the group. But Montague doubled down on his position, insisting that committee members were sent to represent constituents and did not care about time constraints. "We were sent here to represent them, let me remind you, and today, yesterday, last week, last month, even Keisha, that the minister always talks about, is facing difficulties. What about them? These people have invested their votes in us to make life better for them, not to put on hardships, he said, stressing that action could be taken before the finance minister tables the next banking bill. The committee chairman again urged Montague to end the discussion, but he would not let up, charging that MPs were elected for 5 years and not until the 12 p.m. wrap-up time of the committee. I came here from St. Mary to hear these matters and to get some resolution, not to come here until 12 o'clock. That's not why the people sent me here from St. Mary. Are you saying that the people's business is not as important that we have to run out of here by 12, said Montague. A seemingly peeved Clark relented, but immediately moved on to the committee member. Committee member Dr. Angela Brown Burke, who too continued the issues raised by Montague before the meeting ended. In 2018, opposition lawmaker Fitz Jackson introduced a banking services bill that was rejected by government members, including Montague. 61 new COVID-19 cases in Jamaica, 1 death reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 61 new COVID-19 cases and 1 death on Monday, July 4, bringing the infection total to 143,408 and total deaths to 3,145. The new cases comprise 34 females and 27 males, with ages ranging from 1 year to 89 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 21, St. James 16, Westmoreland 9, St. Anne 7, St. Catherine 4, St. Thomas 3, and Trelawney 1. The deceased is a 55-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew, previously under investigation. There were 77 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 91,284. Currently, 99 people are hospitalized, 16 of whom are moderately ill, 3 severely ill, and 3 critically ill. Jamaica's positivity rate for the latest round of testing is 14.1%. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.